Alrighty everyone, welcome to your 25-minute workout. We will begin in a child's pose, taking those knees wide. Tap your toes back behind you as you send your fingertips out in front. Sink your hips back towards your heels. If the forehead comes down, maybe it feels nice to turn the head from side to side. Maybe you feel a little more dynamic through the hands and press yourself back towards your heels. Getting a little length through the side waist, a little more nudge through the outer hip stretch. But tap into that breath, finding those inhales through the nose and maybe a few heavy exhales through the mouth just to get a little more familiar with how you're feeling in your body today. And the breath is a very nice indication of that. We'll bring ourselves forward up onto our hands and get that shoulder mobility, taking these little baby press-ups. I like to draw those heels towards the glutes as I move, just feeling a little more stretch through the hip flexors here. In this shortened format, we do go straight into our side plank, so it's kind of nice to warm up through the shoulders this way. We'll come into a tabletop position, stacking those hips over those knees and the shoulders over the hands, and take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Again, the breath helping you tap into what you're feeling through the spine as you breathe in, lower the belly. And then as you breathe out, navel tucks towards the spine and you feel that doming through the upper back. And wash through that a few times just to see what the evening before, the day before has maybe played out through the body. Using these opening moves, just a little diagnostic. We'll take some circles through the hips. Again, bringing some weight into the hands, getting a little more shoulder mobility in this fashion, and then the other way. And then we'll find our way onto our backs, drawing those knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug, and we'll find a little mobility through those hip joints as we take those knees away from each other and then towards one another. Sending the arms and legs up towards the ceiling, rinse through the wrist and ankle joints here. Nice little reversal of blood flow as well. Feet can come nice and wide, knees towards the ceiling. Just wash those knees from side to side here, getting a little twist, a little roll through the glutes. We're going to begin our side plank series, but we're going to take it in a little different way, targeting our left side oblique first while we roll over onto our right side. So to begin with, you can stay up on your right side forearm, shoulders stacked over that elbow. And we're going to be working the left side because we're going to be bringing the left leg up, and then hopefully that right leg may be able to tap it. So we'll go for 30 seconds up on the forearm, and then the second part of our work, we're going to come on down to our entire upper arm. You can always come straight down onto your upper arm if you're feeling anything through the shoulder, but keep that nice little distance from the shoulder to the ear. We're going to lift the left leg, and then the right leg is going to come up and then down. Up and then down. I'm on the clock, guys, because this is pretty hard. So for the first 30 seconds, it's only the bottom leg that's lifting. The left leg is staying switched on, and you can actually feel that right side oblique. Yeah, Steve's giving me a look like, what the hell? This is so hard. Yeah, so we're stacking that left hip on top of the right. Use that left fingertips as a little kickstand, and before you know it, we're halfway through because I've been talking. So we're going to come on down to that right upper arm, and then we're going to move both legs at the same time, up and down. Yeah, so if you are wondering if this is targeting your left side oblique, perhaps just a little hand on that left side, that takes away, or that creates a lot more balance challenge, I find. But we're bringing both legs up and down. We only have about 10 more seconds to go on these. Last 3, 2, 1. Come on down, right onto your bellies. We'll go straight into those back extension work. We're bringing our hands underneath our forehead, and we're lifting everything up off the mat. So here we go for 30 seconds. Elbows are winging out. You're pressing your head into your hands and the hands into the head to get a nice little lift up through the front body. And you just lower to a hover here. Firing up those extensors, firing up the glutes and the hamstrings. Stay with it, guys. Morning. We're done in 3, 2, 1. Let's take a child's pose and rinse that out. Send those hips back towards the heels. Forehead once again can come down. And in this condensed version of our workout, we're only taking a minute plank. Let's find our forearms. Let's find that separation through our feet. Modify where you need to if you need to come to your knees. But engage through the legs as you fire up those quads, pressing the heels away, pressing into the forearms so you're not collapsing through the shoulders. Looks really good. That's it, EK. You got it. Draw that navel in towards your spine so those hips aren't too high or too low. And take a little stock of how your jaw is. Can you give a little space between those back teeth? And find that breath. It sustains this energy to stay lifted, to stay engaged through the legs, and nice and solid through your center. That's it, bro. It looks fantastic. Last 10 seconds in our 1 minute plank hold. And we're finished in 3, 2, 1. Come on down to your belly, maybe a little straight arm stretch. Always on offers, child's pose, whatever you like. We'll do those back extensions again, but this time I want the fingertips behind the head and see how that feels. Just a little different orientation through the hands. May or may not play a difference with how much lift you get, but wing those elbows out. Lift the thighs. Maybe there's a little more lingering up before you lower. Tapping into that back body strength. Nice work, everyone. Try not to strain through your face and your neck here. We're finished in 3, 2, 1. Again, a child's pose is a nice little rinse out through that. We start up on our left forearm, and it'll be the right leg that lifts, and the bottom leg tries to tap it. Those right fingertips in front of you certainly act as a counterbalance, so you're not rolling onto your backside. We're on for a minute here. So right leg lifted up, and then try and tap it with the bottom left leg. So you may notice not only are you working that right side oblique, but there's that sneaky left side adductor work. Yeah, that's it, Bill. Fantastic. Be honest with what's happening through the left shoulder. I know I sometimes get a little fatigued and collapse there. Woohoo! This side's so much weaker. How interesting. All right, we're halfway through our minute. We're coming on down to our left upper arm supported by the hand. And then both legs are going up. You're not dropping all the way down. You start from that hovering position and then lift from there. Can you all feel that right side oblique firing to get the lift? There's certainly some abductor work on that outer right hip as well. Yeah, Barry, that's it. Keep going. Can you pin those legs together? It's a little easier to lift for 3, 2, 1. Come on down. We are finished with our planks. We're gonna go into 2 rounds of ab work. We're taking as many reps as we can fit in 30 seconds. Let me walk you through our set of 4. We'll take around the world crunches. So it's a right side crunch, it's a center crunch, it's a left side crunch. And you just swap that out for 30. Our second one is a lifted kind of bicycle. So you're leaning back, your heels are down out in front of you, and then you're tapping opposite hand to opposite foot while you stay lifted and leaning back. So you're not hunching forward and you're not driving the knee towards the chest, but more lifting the hand to reach the foot, or the foot to reach the hand. We're coming back down. I know it's a little bit of movement on your mat today. Hands are gonna come alongside your waist. Legs are shooting up. We're coming into hip lifts. Send the feet up high, lift up through the hips, and the arms act as a little braking system, using your core to lift up and then lower down. And then our last one is a crossed ankle full body sit up. So right ankle for the first round. Arms are overhead or up towards the ceiling is a little more challenging. And you do a full sit up with your ankles crossed. So as I said, 30 seconds gives you plenty of time to get as many or as few reps as you like. And we begin with around the world crunches. I love those because you get a lot of crunches in as you take them right side, left side. Here we go. So the heels down are an option. If you want a little more work, you can float the heels and have the shins parallel to the ceiling. Whatever variation you take, that exhale is lifting your chest up. And as you get the oblique turn, think about the shoulder blades lifting up as well. Yeah, Bronny, so strong. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Change. So you rock on up to your sitting bones. You lean on back. Your hands are supported just behind the head. And then you find that crunch. So with the leg lifting, it's like you're trying to tap your toes. Lean on back, maybe a little back further. That's awesome work. So there's a lot of front body switched on. Nothing through the lower back here. Yeah, that looks awesome, Sally. Keep going. Again, you don't have to rush these to really start to feel how they're kicking on. 3, 2, 1. Change. So you lie back down, arms are supporting. Send your legs up, and with the exhale, we find our hip lifts. And then slow descent back down. So there's a lot of work in that controlled descent. You're not trying to slam your hips back down. Nice work, you guys. Stay with it, bracing with the arms to keep that control, but certainly tapping into those deep belly muscles for that. Yeah, looks fantastic, Nicole. Change, and then we finish up our 4th round, guys, with crossed ankle sit-ups. Right ankle over the left. Arms overhead or towards the ceiling, and you come on up for your full sit-up. So this is the opposite to our hip lifts, where we still are working the controlled lower, but it's more of the upper abs that we're firing up. Fantastic. Looks so good. You've got it. So you squeeze those inner thighs together as you squeeze the ankles towards one another as well. That's it, Hamish. Nice. Change. We are back to the top for one more round of those around the world crunches. Set up your legs how you want them. And here we go. So again, think about space between your back body and the mat. And that's including when you take your twist. Nice pacing. That's it, Bill. Keep going. So you're not pulling your head, you're lifting your chest thanks to those strong abdominals. Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1. Change. Rock on up. So you get the idea of where your upper body is in space, maybe holding onto your thighs and leaning back. And then from that position, you're just tapping your toes as you take it from side to side. Yeah, fantastic. Nice work, Doodle. Test where your shoulders are. Can you wing your elbows out a little more so you really feel that leaning back? Yeah. Finishing this round strong, so good. 3, 2, 1. Change. We're back to our hip lifts. Legs towards the ceiling, arms brace alongside. Use that exhale to empty out and find that lift. And the inhale brings you back down slowly. Yeah, that's it, Johnny. You got it. Stay with it. Fantastic work, you guys. Great pacing. Try and remove any strain through the neck, through the shoulders. Change. Crossed ankled sit-up. Left ankle on top of the right for this final round. Arms overhead or towards the ceiling. Exhale and go. straight up. You're just relying a little less on momentum and maybe tapping into those true abdominals. Yeah, so good. That's it, Hamish, you got it. How's that slow descent? "30 seconds. There's a lot to work with. You're doing so good. Change. Well done on the abs. Nice little snack of abs. We're going to come into our hip lifts for 2 minutes. Again, just a little snack. We're going to take a wide-legged. We're going to stay lifted through our hips the whole time and just alternate our heel lifts and lowers here. So press into your feet. Knees are out. Toes are in the same line. And here we go. For a minute, you're just swapping out which heel lifts and lowers while squeezing the whole time. So I want you to feel that engagement, that firing of the glutes, the hamstrings, the outer hips, those glute meads, and the inner thighs. And you're getting a nice little wash through the calves, through the Achilles as you take them for a walk. Send the tailbone long, soften through the jaw, and use that breath to stay contained through the middle and nothing straining through the lower back. Yeah, Cooch, fantastic. Keep going. Again, check in with your jaw. If your feet are moving away and you just feel like you're kind of not condensed through the back body, maybe you need to walk your feet in a little. So we'll walk these for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both heels are lifted. Walk your feet in for sure this time. Maybe nestle your shoulders under and pulse from here. So in our last minute of hip lifts, we're blasting it out. No drop through the hips. Keep the squeeze on the whole time. Yeah, nice and fired up. That's it, Nicole, you got it. The trick is not to squeeze through the face or the jaw, so can you just isolate that work to the lower half of your body? Keep going, guys. Looks fantastic this morning. You got it, Barry. Nice and high on those tippy toes. And we'll finish these out in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find that release. Hug your knees in towards the chest, maybe rock from side to side. We come into our squat work, and it's going to be somewhat similar to what we've just done in our hip lifts. We're going to stay in a squat the whole time, and we're just going to lift opposite heel and take our squat for a tiny little travel. Well, actually, we don't move, just moving the heels up and down. So if I can demonstrate, we're coming down low, staying low. I'm going a little wider. You could come more parallel with your feet. See which one you like. We have 3 rounds of these. For our press-up work, it's a belly down press-up. You start from the ground. Maybe you do a little back extension, you flex through the feet, and you take a reverse press-up and lower back down. That's our press-up work. You could do straight-up press-ups. You can come to your knees. Our balance work is a suspended cartwheel. So do you all remember as kids taking cartwheels? We're going to come into a cartwheel, but hold it. That's going to be our balance work for 30 seconds. If you feel so confident in your suspended cartwheel, maybe you just cartwheel through the arm. This is going to be interesting. I need a lot of practice. That's our balance work, and then we'll intersperse our burpees and our mountain climbers. But let's get ready for our squats with the heels alternating, lifting and lowering. So find the depth in your squat that you're comfortable with. Stay low, and you just alternate your heels, lifting and lowering. Yeah. Feel that tailbone drop. Feel a little engagement through your belly. Chest is lifting. And we start to feel this, hopefully, through the legs, through the quads, through the glutes. Nice work, you guys. So good. 3, 2, 1. Change. You start from the ground and lift up to our plank, back down through a press up. Belly down, press ups, 2, 1, here we go. Maybe you fly it out in between with a little back extension floater, you decide. If you're finding that you're coming up in a total wave-like action and not strong through your center, through your legs, it may make more sense to bring your knees down. You're still getting quite a bit of upper body work that way. 3, 2, 1. Change. All right. We're cartwheeling to the left. I'm hoping that's my better side. Here we go, guys. So the left foot is facing the top end of your mat. Your right hip is stacked on top of the left. And so it's like if you were to be doing a yoga pose, this would be half moon, but your hand would be down and that would be a lot more easy on the balance. Bring your gaze down and maybe you add the right arm circling. Wow. And if you fall out of it, that's just a very good indication that you're trying hard. Keep going. Change. Well done. Let's get our mountain climbers going. We'll take opposite knee to opposite elbow. Get our pace up for 30, guys. You got this. Jog it on out. Knee to opposite elbow. Light through your toes. Yeah, that's it, EK. Fire it on up. I love it. Keep going. That's it. Last 10 seconds for these. Can you go a little faster? Driving those knees like little pistons. Yeah, that's it, Dougal. Nice. Change. 2 more rounds of those. We're coming on down into our squat and we're staying low, just taking those heel lifts and lowers. Here we go. So you decide, does it feel like you want to change it up and you want to go wide-legged? That's also an option. Tailbone down. Can you sit a little deeper in your squat? That's awesome, Johnny. Looks great. Whew. Hello, glutes. Fantastic, Cooch. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Change. Back to our upper body work. Belly down, press ups. 3, 2, 1. Kind of like to start with the back extension first. That's easier. Whew. Slow it on down. Don't be in a rush to hit the ground. Resisting gravity as you lower, certainly as you lift as well. Whew. Again, use those knees if you want to, if that's safer through your spine. 3, 2, 1. Change. We're taking our cartwheel. Right foot points in line with the front end of your mat. And like you're about to tip over and take your cartwheel. Left leg lifts. Left hip stacks. I find flexing through my left foot energizes my lifted leg and it might help with balance. Gaze down also helps. And if you want to bring the sweep through the left arm, feel free to do that. Yeah, it looks fantastic. That's it, Bronny. 3, 2, 1. Change. Wide-legged burpees. Let's get after it. We'll get that heart rate up by traveling on our mat. So if impact is helping you get your heart rate up, you can add that jump at the top and jump forward and backwards. You decide. But think traveling lightly. Yeah, that's awesome, Nicole. You've got it. Keep going. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Change. One more round. Find the depth in your squat, and we'll take those heels and alternate the lifts. I'm going to try wide-legged, just to change it up a little. You could try both heels coming up and down. Just a little variation. coordination. That's it, nice Sally, you got it. Chest lifting, tailbone dropping. Fantastic, bro, looks so good. Last 10 of these. Stay with your breath. Let it recover from those burpees. 2, 1, change. Last set of press-ups. Come on down to your belly. And here we go. Do you get an extra rep in? Do you slow it down? Take stock of how you're feeling this morning. Woo-hoo. Yeah, coach, nice. Oh man, these are so sloppy. Change. All right, left and right side. We're just gonna do 15 seconds of the left cartwheel, and then I'll keep an eye on the clock and tell you the second half of our 30. Yeah, 15 will feel like nothing. Just when you get it, it's time to change. So think engagement through that left quad and gaze to help you. And that's halfway through. Let's swap sides. Take your suspended cartwheel and feel the right quad engage now. Left leg is strong and lifted. Nice. Change. Oh, those are just fun. See how they go. Let's go back to our burpees and then we are finished. 30 seconds, guys. You can go before the clock if you want. Nice. Yes, super good height. That's it, Bill. Fantastic. Stay with it. Deepening that breath to power up and get energized. Nice, Ronnie, you got it. Woo. Fantastic, Hamish. Keep going. Last 3, 2, 1. Change. Fantastic. Thank you guys for that.